Okay, so I am going to show you how to eat an artichoke. I think this is probably the most intimidating part about the artichoke. Everything else is pretty simple, but this, you do need to know what's edible, what's not edible. So the first thing you need to know is the names of all the parts of the artichoke. So this is an already cooked artichoke. I have it boiled, and it was cut down the middle just to make it a little bit quicker to cook. But so the anatomy of an artichoke is these are the leaves, this is the heart, and in here you'll see it's kind of this is very hairy artichoke. So the hair is not edible, and the ends of the leaves are edible, but the tips are not. So any of the leaves that are touching the heart, that's what's edible. The tops of the leaves are actually they actually have points on them, and they're quite sharp. I don't know if you can see, but it's quite sharp, which is why I actually cut off the tops, just so you don't like maim yourself or your guests. So you can see they have little spikes on them, which it hurts. So those, don't eat that. So to eat the artichoke, I usually like having like a dip of some sort. Like you could use mayo, you could use lemon or just butter. I usually don't do just lemon, that's a little tart. But what I have is my dairy-free butter and lemon dip. You can find the recipe at bonappetit.com. That's BONAPPETIT.com. So to eat the artichoke, this is the leaf. This is an outer leaf. So the outer leaves are a bit tougher at the top, and you can only eat, like I said, what's down here, what's touching the artichoke heart. And then you just dip it in your dip. And then you use your teeth to scrape off the ends, the meat. And you just scrape it off with your teeth. So that is the outer ends. But the inner leaves, they're much softer. You can eat like a handful at a time. And the ends, you can usually just bite it off because it's so tender. Nope, they just came right off of my mouth. So that is the leaves. Now, when you get down to the heart, after you've eaten all the leaves, this is what you're left with. This is cut in half, but it's like a giant hockey puck, basically. It's a hairy hockey puck. But it tastes so much better, especially with a little bit of butter and lemon. What you want to do is very carefully remove the heart, or remove the hair from the heart. So you just kind of scrape it off. It's easier if you hold it in your palm. This is definitely a finger food, and you just kind of carefully scrape it off. You can see that's coming off. Came off like that. And you want to take care when you're doing this, because you don't want to waste any of that heart. Like it takes a while to like cook, eat, prep an artichoke, and there's not a ton of meat on it unless you've got like a giant artichoke, and then it's like amazing. So what you want to do is be careful not to waste any of that heart. Sometimes it just happens, like the hair sticks to it, or your spoon slips and you kind of take a chunk of the heart out and it's stuck to the hair. That's fine, but just be careful because it's usually pretty easy to do once it's cooked. There. That is your heart. It doesn't look like much, but I assure you, it's the good stuff. This is the yummy stuff. And then just to eat it, you just dip in your dip. and chew. Good.